you. Yeah, you. Hold on. Whew, whew. Nearly off the bed. Howdy. I'm Quackastrations, and today in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can make a duck PNGTuber remix character. Specifically a duck. Because who doesn't love a cute little duck? Anyways, so this is my character that I made using the software called PNGTuberRemix. What is PNGTuberRemix? And why is it so special between the other ones? Like PNG Plus, for example. I'm glad you asked. One of the big things you probably noticed is my character is moving around. And not only that, I could jiggle. Blah, blah, blah. But the big thing is that it follows your mouse around. You probably noticed that the character is following my mouse. You can't see it because I have my settings not showing. But later on in the video, you will be seeing that. You will be seeing my mouse moving around. And I'm also moving it to make my character look more expressive in this video for you. I'm going to be using the PNGTuber version 1.3.5. That's the current available software that is on the page, but they do have a Discord community and you can get access to the other ones. Of course, keep in mind, there is bugs. There's a lot of goofy bugs you're going to run into, and that's normal with softwares like these. And if you do run into those bugs, please report them in the Discord. And the Discord community is very helpful, and I'm in it too. So, if you need a duck to quack at, I'm your duck. But, of course, the creator's also on it, and they're really sweet. I could also change my facial expressions like every other software. Like this, for example. Do I look nice? Tell me I look nice. But I'm getting carried away. Also, sorry if this video is kind of chaotic because, well, I'm not really used to making these type of videos. So I hope this video is educational and also fun to watch. But anyways, I made this character using Procreate, and I thought it would be better for this video because not everyone is going to have a Procreate. So we're going to use Asmus Paint. Asmus Paint is a free drawing software. I feel like it's one of the best free drawing softwares you can use for like tablet users, and it's really great overall. So, you're probably wondering, what is a PNGTuber? Well, a PNGTuber is, honestly, I'm pretty sure you heard this a bazillion times, but I'll try to skim through it really quickly. So, what a PNGTuber is pretty much, you have a bunch of cutouts, same thing with VTubers, where you connect them together and you cause them to move. You have a bunch of cutouts and you put them together, make sure they layer nicely, and you get this little guy, pretty much, you know? So that's pretty much like how, and you can make them as detailed as you want. I'll insert some of my personal like other tests that I made, and I am hoping to like make more in the future. And yeah. I hope you find this video educational and helpful, and I hope you have fun. Alright, let's get started. Bye! Oh, this is taking a little longer. So, I saw this really cute duck on Pinterest, and I thought, why not make her into our little subject of today. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have not used this program in so long. so I had to do a little bit of a relearn of how to use it. But it was really nice to get back into my roots of my good old days when I used to use my finger to draw on this app all the time with my tiny shitty little tablet that I had at the time that would freeze up constantly. Now another thing I'm going to do different with this model that I think will be fun for like this education is that you can clip colors or like patterns on top of images and have those images moving around, and I'm going to show that better in the video. So when I went ahead and like colored it, I kind of made it more of a fishbowl effect. I hope that makes sense, but I made it that way so that way it makes sense of when the character turns, it looks like it's round because, well, all ducks are round. Now, as you may see, I pretty much made sure I outlined all the moving parts that I want to be and what's separated and what's together. Right now I'm making the mouth. You might have noticed that my model, it has a separate piece for the bottom jaw, but for this model I decided to just keep it together so that way I'm not dealing with 3 pieces for the mouth instead of just simply open and close. So that's what I did. And you didn't see it, but you're going to see it later, but I added a slight movement, or I changed the position of the eyebrows just a little bit, so that way when the character blinks, it looks like the eyebrows are moving, because when we blink, there's actually a lot of things moving. Now going back to what I said earlier, as you can see, I'm currently coloring a much bigger picture on top of the main body because it's going to be overlaid on top of the white circle that you saw earlier that's under it. And here's the little example right here. It's not moving yet, but when we put it into the software, it's going to look really cool and really nice little detail. Here you're going to see me like flash back and forth between the first drawing and going back to like try and make sure it looks good. For the hairpiece, I decided to not have it like the like fishbowl effect or like have it bigger than the actual outline of it because I didn't think that was going to move that much. But I did do this with the face because I really want to show those like cute cheek markings moving around, and when the character looks up you might see a little bit of the brown from under the chin, and you'll be seeing that more later on when we put this girl together. Now I'm just doing the detail of the beak, coloring that in, the hairpiece, all that little fun jazz, all the fun little details. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite like design I did so far. She is so freaking cute. Okay, so this is what the program's going to look like. It's going to be gray and blue, and when you first open it, it's going to probably look like this. So to start editing and making your model, you're going to click here and click on editor, and you got a lot of different stuff to play with, and we'll get there when we get there. And also I want to quickly mention that this is going to be like my process. Everybody's process is going to be a little bit different. Maybe you guys will find a different way to do things than I do, and that's completely okay. If I can help just be a guide, yeah, I'll be like happy with that. So we got a bunch of stuff in each one. We got wheel, movement, properties, all that fun stuff, and we're going to go through each one while we're making this little duck girl. So first let's go ahead and add images. Oh, something I quickly want to mention. Don't try to download your pictures from Discord. Import the pictures from a different source, email them to yourself, or put them through Google Drive and then download from there, because even though it says it's PNG, it's actually not. Don't download your pictures from Discord. It does something to the file. It says it's PNG, it's a lie. But anyways, After you download and put your stuff up in a folder like I did, you want to make sure you name everything so that way you know what is what. I have a bad habit of not doing that. I've been trying to get better at that. Okay, just gonna take a sec to load. And there she is. She's this big old blob of a mess. So let's go ahead and look what's going on over here. So how this is set up is anything on the bottom is going to be up front, right? So obviously we see this mouth that's up front and it's right there. Bop, 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 bop. So if like we move this hair all the way down here, now it's up front, right? So anything on top is the back, anything down the bottom is up front. That's how the layout is, how it's here. So what I usually like to do after I import everything, first I like to turn off everything. And we go by like body parts first. So let's go ahead and make a folder. Let's go ahead and start with the body, right? So let's name it body. And let's go ahead and turn on the body parts. And as we can see, this is what it looks like. And you may notice in here, you notice this little guy right here. This is the like main pivot point of where it's gonna like mainly rotate and move at. I kind of like where it is. That's like the default of where it's gonna be sitting at, and I think it's at a good spot. So let's go ahead and move all of these in here. You just click on it, hold down, and drag it down. You want to make sure you don't accidentally put it on top of something. Then you're going to parent it. Well, actually, we are going to parent it, but if you accidentally parent it, like if I move it to here and you accidentally parent it and you did not want that to happen, you just grab it, drag it to model, it'll unparent it. Oh. Boop, there it goes. And then you put it back in, and there we have it. So, we're going to use the parenting like thing to put it underneath the main body base. So now if the body turns off, the whole coloring turns off. But if we go to here and click clip child, look at that. So now if we say, let's grab this colored, then go to the movements, follow mouse. Oh, look at that. It's looking like it's following around. It's giving a trick of making it look like it's 3D, even though we both know it's not. Let's go ahead and try to go all the way around the edge. That looks pretty good. Now let's go ahead and turn this up to like maybe 30. Yeah, that's like perfect. Actually, let's go ahead and pause that. So this is the pause button, so if you don't want it to be moving around, you can go ahead and do that. I kind of want to center the coloring more because I could tell it's slightly higher, so we could go up here and just, oh, wrong one. Okay, I always forget this because I get confused with my X and Y's left and right. X is always going to be left or right, Y is always going to be up and down, so we want it to be down. There we go, right, like right there is good. Now if we unpause it, there it goes. Oh. Well, that's something else we can talk about. If you hold down the button, you can move the object. I didn't mean to do that, but I did. To quickly fix that, we can just grab this and zero that out. And refix what I just did. pause it. Right there. There we go. So now we have that moving. Get that little movement going now. Let's go ahead and do the head next. Doing the exact same thing. And we're going to go ahead and drag and drop into it. Now we're going to do the same thing. Drag the color underneath the base. And then clip child. Oh. Red clip child. And there we go. Now if we turn on the body with colored selected, we can do this. Look at that. It looks like it's following around. And to also, let's see, so I kind of want, let's do a little more around. No. Okay, let's pause that. I think I need to move the head a little bit up. There it goes. So now if the character looks up, we have that little dark line to show there's the chin right there. Look at that. It's looking really good already. I'm going to turn this up just a slight bit. Sweet. Now look at that. Now we can change the pivot in these, but there's no reason to really do that, so I can just go to the folder here, move the pivot to, I don't know, let's say more like in the middle here, holding down Control, click, unpause, and then go to here. As you can see, it's all zeroed out because we're onto like the folder instead. See, just as a little example, we're going to go ahead and look at that. It looks like it's following around. Maybe we want like I said before, maybe you guys don't want your head all the way to the side here. Look, be like, mm-hmm. You get that, girlfriend? Mm-hmm. Okay, we don't want to do that too much though. Like, I think see, I'm always like not sure because I like. There it goes. There it goes. Got that little movement going on now. And now we can go ahead and do this. Turn that up a little bit. So now the head moves around. And already this looks pretty lively already, and it's looking so good. Now with all that going on, let's go ahead and click the pause button real quick. And let's go ahead and start doing the eyes and mouth. So let's go folder, and we're gonna call this face. Yeah, we're gonna call that face. Face. And we'll make two more for mouth. Now, of course, you don't have to do this like organized. Like, honestly, with some of my other models, I just like slap things together and not name anything. Okay, So we're gonna go ahead and drag and drop these folders into here, and then we're going to unhide the mouths, and then we're going to put mouths into mouth, and then we'll do the same with eyes. Drag it into eyes. There we go. So now if we click on eyes, let's change the pivot to more in the middle, just like that. And then in the mouth, let's go ahead and change it to like right there in the middle. There we go. And we could grab the face and put it in the head. So now if we unpause it, the eyes and the mouth is already following with the head. So that kind of saves us some work right there, because it's already doing it. We're still going to add movement to the individual eyes and mouths, of course, but it just kind of like helps us like follow the head already. Pause that. Let's go to the face. Let's start with the mouth first. So we have open mouth and closed mouth right here. So if we go to properties, we're going to see should blink and should talk. We're in mouth, so open mouth should be opened. I don't know if you saw that. Now if we do closed mouth, we're going to do closed mouth. Oh. There we go. Look at that. Now the mouth is moving. Now we'll go ahead and do the same thing with the eyes. So eyes open. Eyes open. Oh. And then eyes closed. Eyes closed. So now, oh, there it goes. Look at that. So if we change the mode real quick, look at that. She's blinking and she's talking already. She's looking good. Now obviously the texture is moving with the face, and her face is not exactly following. So let's change that real quick. Editor. So we're just going to click the folder of the mouth, and then we're going to go over here, and we're just going to put the follow up like so. I think right there. Yeah, right there seems pretty good. And let's go ahead and change this. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good right there. I don't like how the eyes are overlapping, so let's just grab the eyes real quick and then put it on top. There it goes. So now, there it goes. We have that little overlap going on. Now, of course, what I could have done is, usually I keep this like the Z order in 0. You want to make sure you're at 0 whenever you're clipping the child, but because we're in the like folder sections, we could just, you know, change it if we want to. I just try to keep it organized like that. But if you have like a model that you have to change the Z order, then you're more welcome to. So let's go ahead and change the eyes now. Move the eyes to the side here. There it goes. And let's go ahead and do this. Look at that. Now she follows the whole camera. Yeah. Now, another thing I really like to do, you might see here, squish on blink. It just gives the character the extra oomph. I like turning down the blink chance so I can actually see. Yeah, so Sorry, my brain just went off. But yeah, you want to change. I usually like to change the speed or the chance of the blink so I can actually see it blinking, working. Oh. She looks a little funny when she does that. Of course, you can change that. I just think that's really funny. Anyways, of course, if you want her to blink really fast, really slow, or really fast, you have that. Let's go turn this up. Okay, I think that looks really good. Now you don't want to go too crazy, or yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So let's turn it up to like 4, not 5. Yeah, I think 5 looks pretty good. Maybe 6. I think 5. I think 5 is a good spot to be. Alright, let's change the chance back up to like 10. Oh. There it is. That looks so funny. But yeah, so now we got that little detail going on. We can go to movements. Of course, it's going to look a little funny because the pivots are all right there. So whenever you like do this, it's going to try to, yeah. Hey, how you doing? Oh. That could be her trait. That could be her little trait. Anyways, so now we get the body and the head. We have a few things we're missing. Gotta get the hairdo. Yeah, the hairdo. Now this is actually where we're probably going to go ahead and start touching the this is where we're going to start touching the Z order. That's what it was. Z order. Okay. So let's go ahead, make a new folder. We'll do hair. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and pull all that stuff in here. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kinda digging the big fro like up front. I kinda like that. Okay, so let's quickly pause this real quick. Let's grab the hair and we want to move the pivot to the center of the hair, like right there. We got the front of the hair, and because I want this to be rotating, we're not going to be putting it right there. We want to put it more like right there in the corner. Yeah, like right there. We'll put it right up in there. So that way you can see. And then for the hair, we'll put this right here. There it goes, right in the center. Now, if we grab the hair pivot and also just kind of like move it. There we go, like there. And then open head, put it in here. Close these guys so we can see more. Now, if we go ahead and open, it's already following, and that's awesome. But as we can see, we have the issue of obviously the hair is like too far up front, so we'll just knock it back. There it goes. Now, I kind of want there to be some movement within this hairdo, so we could do the whole squash thing right here. Oh, that's way too high. Oh. Could do that. Yeah, have like the whole thing that little thing going on. Let's turn it up to 20. Let's see. Okay, I gotta go some movement. I think I kind of wanted to. Turn it up some more though. And there it goes, a little more bounce. Yeah, you're gonna constantly see me go back and forth for this. Alright. So now, this is going to be the fun part. So, whenever you're doing like hairdos or like stuff that's behind the character, you usually want to do it the opposite direction. So instead of positive, because that doesn't really make sense, you want to go to the negative, kind of like that. Yeah, so it gives it that like feeling of rotation. Maybe we want to turn it up just a little bit more. Here we go. And I kind of want to turn this up just a little bit. Actually, no, we want to do the opposite as well, actually. Yeah, we want to do the opposite as well. So when she looks up, the thing is going to be going down. So if I really turn this up, she looks down, it goes up. If she looks up, the hair goes down. See what I mean? So it's a small detail. You know, I feel like the hair could come down just a little bit. So let's go to here and just, yeah, bring it down just a little bit. There it goes. I feel like that's a little better. Yeah, I might actually turn this up just a little bit. There it goes. Yeah, I think I like that. Now we go to the hairpiece up front. I think we could bring this up a little bit more. There it goes. And now if we do this. There it goes. Got the little hairpiece moving now. And we do want it to follow when she's looking down up. Not too much. There it goes. So if we quickly go over here, yeah, got that little, get that going. Now, with the hairpiece, I think I might actually, let me see. I might actually just parent that. Yeah, I'm just gonna parent that so it's just staying with the hair and like it's following everything with the parent. But I kind of want this to move a little bit. So we'll go back to movement and we got some rotation here. And we can, let's see. Oh yeah, if we go to auto rotate, obviously it's not going to look like that, but that's like just showing the example I was like saying earlier, how where you place the pivot, it's going to be rotating around that spot pretty much. Turn that off. And then we turn this up. Oh, that's too much. Oh. Okay. Now obviously that's too much, but I always like doing the extreme and then go back down so I can see like how I want it. So now if we just turn it down. Yeah, just turn it down just a little bit. Like maybe we do like a 3. Get that nice little movement going on. Yeah, we got that nice little movement. What if I do the negative? Oh, that looks a little better actually. There it goes, yeah. A little negative. I might actually turn up to 5. It's a little bit much, but let's see. There it goes. Now, I'm not able to really figure out this stuff out yet. Might make another video when I do ever figure it out. But yeah, so now we have her almost done here already. She looks pretty good, but we can push it even more. I like giving my character a little bit of a breathing motion, you know? So what we can do with that is grab the head, go up here, I believe it's this one. Of course, let's ramp it up. As we can see, she's vibrating everywhere. We don't want that. So let's go ahead and find our good spot. Oh. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh. We're getting there. Slowly. Okay. Alright, there it goes. There it goes. Now she's moving. Now, obviously her head's bobbing away too much, so let's go ahead and bring it up to like I know it's really hard to see. Obviously the hair is moving. Again, it's all about preference, because sometimes I'll be really picky about stuff and other times I'm not. I think, okay, what if I do like 80? Okay, there it goes. It's very nicely subtle. The hair obviously is getting affected by it. I honestly don't mind it though. Okay. And you know what? Let's give her a little bit of a squish. There's a these wah 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 wah. It's a lot. Maybe like a 5. There it goes. Boing, boing, boing. Very jiggly duck. I'm actually going to do it 4. And then with the body, was kind of do the same thing. Except, I think I'm going to go a little bit backwards. Oh. That's interesting. Oh, I know why. Hold on. I know exactly what's going on. So, we're not seeing anything going on because obviously it has no movement with us. So, call this folder duck. Because pretty much this is the whole duck. Plop these guys up in there. Oh. There it goes. Do that, and then I kind of want the duck to kind of follow the mouse anyways. I'm beginning to realize that stretching might be a little too much. But we'll do the same thing here. So now the whole body, everything's moving. Everything's moving. Oh. Oh. Her stretchiness is quite a bit. So let's change that real quick. And let's just turn this up because it's going to be affecting everything. There it goes. It's very subtle, but looks pretty good. There it goes. I think that looks really good. Now, let's go ahead and grab the body here. Again. Have it go a little crazy. Go a little backwards. There it goes. Maybe a little too much. Where we have the other one? We'll just copy the same thing. There it goes. So now, again, it's very subtle. I like really subtle things. I know other people like doing like really extreme, but the head is moving the opposite direction from the body, so it really looks like she's breathing. And actually, yeah, I think we're pretty much done with her. This is what the final product kind of looks like. Ba, 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 ba. Look at her. Look at her in her fine glory. She is so cute. I just thought of something. What if we want to give her emotions? I just thought of that. So let me go ahead and add. And we're gonna go and steal from my other duck here. I'm gonna grab these big old eyebrows right here. Yeah, let's steal these eyebrows. Oh yeah. So let's pause, grab that, put the pivot between, and then, oh yeah, right there. I think I kind of want to make them a little bigger. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The bigger the better. Oh, she is so angry. So angry. And we don't really have to put anything on here. We can literally go to here, in face, probably in the eyes, and then slap this in here. And now if we unpause, oh, the hair is like a little bit in the middle, so let's go ahead and turn up the Z order. There it goes. Oh yeah, she is so angry. Oh, but what if maybe I should give her some blush too. So let's go ahead and add another one. Let's grab my big blush here. Hopefully it fits. Let's grab that. Also put it up here. And then move it down here. And we're also going kind of, I think with this one, we're going to slap it in the face itself. But going to go, oh. Ah, so now we ran into an issue. Because everything's at 0. Like I said before, I usually like trying to keep things in 0. We could probably just move like that. And then, there it goes. There we go. Now if we go and do this, yeah, it just kind of follows already. But obviously, we don't want her to have big blushes and angry eyebrows, because that's two different like emotions right there, right? So, what we do? We're going to learn how to make some hotkeys real quick. So, by selecting the blush, we're going to build key. Oh wait, sorry. We're going to, this is a toggle asset, and then build key. It's going to be wing input and 1. And we're going to grab the eyebrows, toggle asset, build key, and number 2. So now, whenever I press number 1, she's blushing. And whenever I press number 2, oh, I ran into another issue. I have to double click for one to go away, and the other one, yeah, so pretty much I have to double click for one to appear and disappear. So we can also make them into a disappearing key, as you can probably see right here. So add disappearing key. We're on eyebrows. So our disappearing key is going to be 1. So let's go ahead and press 1. There we go. So now, whenever we press 2, it's going to pop up. But if we press 1, it's going to disappear. So let's go ahead and do that same. Disappearing key is going to be 2. Yeah, so now I can switch between. Look at that. Now she can be angry or blushies. Yeah. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial video, and I hope you like how I made this little duck pretty quickly. I think in total time I was able to make this cute girl like in 4 hours, I say. Of course that's not short time, but it's still impressive. And yeah, I can't wait to see what ducks you guys have, and I hope the stuff I sewed can help you make some really cool characters and really cool like tricks like I did with her like texture. And yeah, hope you guys have a good one. Thank you for watching. Hello, I'm a talking butt. But I forgot to show the tail, so I wanted to quickly show you how to do that. So the tail is pretty much like a teardrop shape, And this is all the properties that I have for it if you want to copy it. And it's the same situation with the hair. You just make sure it goes the opposite direction, and to make it like have that whip and like turn around, you just like turn that up as well. And I have the pivot right there. Hold on, pause. I have the pivot like right there, so wherever it's turning right there. Quickly turn you back on. And another thing I forgot to show is this. I forgot to show this. So if you want to have your character like bouncing around and move around stuff, this is the bounce, amount, and gravity. So you probably saw me in the beginning playing with this. So I can turn this up, bye, and I can come back down, just like that. And then of course the gravity, I don't move at all. Oh, wait, opposite direction, alright. I don't barely move that much without like blah, 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 blah. Can you tell this is my first video? Okay. Pretty much we got bounce amount of how bouncy you want to be, and we also have the gravity when it's turned up to the way, barely move, and if it's turned down, you go away, like so. And yeah, I also want to quickly show that. Okay, bye!